Let me ask you something. Have you ever sat there and thought to yourself, what's the number one trait that turns all women on? Well, if you've ever wondered about that, you're in the right place. That's exactly what we're going to talk about today. And before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another one of my videos. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on this. Now, I know a lot of you guys are looking for those panty-dropping lines or trying to figure out how to get those same-day lays. It's a common question. What's the shortcut? What's the trick? Here's the truth. It's actually way simpler than you think. But here's the catch. It's also one of the hardest things you'll ever have to master. And before you get discouraged, let me clarify something. When I talk about turning a woman on, I don't just mean the physical stuff, although that's a part of it. What I mean is sparking immediate interest, intrigue, and attraction. It's about getting the ball rolling, creating that spark that leads her to feel something for you. Whether you want that connection to turn romantic, sexual, or both, it all starts with one simple thing. And here it is. The number one trait that gets women hot for you is authenticity. Yeah, you heard me. Authenticity. Not some rehearsed routine, not some fake persona you think she wants to see. Just raw, real, unapologetic you. But let's break it down because this isn't just about being yourself. That phrase gets thrown around so much it's become meaningless. What I'm talking about is something deeper, a frequency, a vibe that women can feel. And when you get this right, it's game over. If you've followed me for a while, you've probably heard me talk about this before. Every emotion we feel, every vibe we give off, carries a frequency. And the highest frequency that humans can emit isn't love, it's authenticity. This is why we're so drawn to people who have no filter, who speak their mind, and who own what they say and do. It's not about trying to impress anyone. It's about being completely certain in who you are and letting that certainty shine through. Let me put it this way. When you're authentic, you create certainty, not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. Some people like to call it confidence, but it's more than that. It's about being so grounded in your truth that it becomes magnetic. And when a woman senses that certainty from you, it sparks something primal in her. She feels drawn to you, intrigued by you, and most importantly, she feels safe in your presence. And here's where it gets interesting. When you're authentic, you're unpredictable in the best possible way. Why? Because no one else is living your exact moment. No one else has your thoughts, feelings, and experiences in this second. That makes you unique, interesting, and even funny. And let me tell you, humor is one of the fastest ways to create a connection with a woman. But it's not about telling jokes. It's about letting your natural humor shine through. The kind that comes from being completely present and honest in the moment. Let me share a quick story to bring this home. A buddy of mine wasn't exactly what you'd call the ideal guy on paper. He wasn't tall, didn't drive a flashy car, and his style was, well, let's just say it wasn't going to land him on the cover of GQ. But here's the thing, he didn't care. He didn't try to be someone he wasn't. When he talked to women, he just said what was on his mind, without any filter. He owned his quirks, his flaws, and his personality. And guess what? Women loved him for it. One night he met this woman at a party. Instead of trying to impress her with lines or pretending to be something he wasn't, he just started talking about the ridiculous day he had. He didn't hold back, and by the end of the night, she was hanging on his every word. Why? Because he was real. He didn't try to fit into some box or play some role. He just showed her exactly who he was. Here's the takeaway. Women aren't looking for perfection. They're looking for connection. And that connection doesn't come from being the tallest guy in the room or driving the most expensive car. It comes from being authentic. When you can tap into what you're really thinking and feeling and share that honestly, it's a game changer. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. What if my authentic self isn't good enough? Let me stop you right there. That's a lie you've been telling yourself. The truth is, who you are right now is more than enough. The problem isn't you, it's the version of yourself you think you're supposed to be. That version? Yeah, that's the one that sucks. But the real you, the one who's living, thinking, and feeling in the present moment, that's the version women want to see. Here's a quick exercise to help you practice this. Start your sentences with I see, I think, or I feel. For example, instead of trying to come up with something clever, you might say, I feel like this is one of the most interesting conversations I've had in a long time. It's simple, it's real, and it works. Why? Because it's coming from your authentic self. When you start showing up this way, you'll notice a shift, not just in how women respond to you, but in how you feel about yourself. You'll stop worrying about whether you're good enough and start realizing that you've been enough all along. And the best part? You won't have to put on a performance or pretend to be someone you're not. You'll attract women who genuinely want you for you. So, there you have it. The number one trait that turns women on isn't about looks, money, or charm. It's about authenticity. It's about showing up as the real you and owning every part of who you are. And when you can do that, you'll not only attract the right women, but you'll also feel more confident and grounded in yourself. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.